Alec Lace live here in Aston, Pennsylvania. Congressman Waltz, this is it. We're down the home stretch here. What's you feeling?
I got to be super clear. It's Waltz with a T for Trump. I've carried a weapon of war in a war, and I can load a shotgun, man. And I brought my Diet Mountain Dew in honor of JD today. Look, feeling great. Early turnout is great. And you know the best thing that happened today when he asked everybody how many people haven't voted? Still a ton at this rally that are going to show up election day. So this kind of media narrative that, you know, our numbers are good in early voting, we're robbing from same day, I don't think so. I think our turnout's through the roof.
What is the thing, Congressman? I've been to a ton of these Trump rallies, the Madison Square Garden one, all these things.
Yeah, I was there.
The turnout is unbelievable.
Right.
But it doesn't mean anything if we can't get these people to the polls. So that's the important thing. So if these people come out on election day, it almost seems like, let's be honest, Kamala Harris does not belong in the same arena as Donald Trump. She's a political lightweight compared to the president. But we're all worried about it being too, we got to be too big to rig. We're worried about how concerned are you about election integrity here?
Well, look, I mean, we already saw, people in Bucks County getting kicked out of line, early voting. We had a big win. We were just with Governor Youngkin, 1,600 self-professed illegals that were on the ballot, that registered to vote. And Biden's own Department of Justice was fighting it. We won that in the Supreme Court. So, look, I think the RNC, Michael Whatley, we've got a much tighter election integrity program. But you're right. The best way to prevent any of it, too big to rig. Get out to vote. Drag everybody out. If you don't vote, you don't get to complain when your neighborhoods are less safe, when your taxes go up, and when the world stays on fire like it is right now.
Yeah, very well said. Yeah, I just recently had Michael Whatley, Lord Trump on the show. They feel confident about election integrity. They've done a lot more now, obviously, than we had done in 2020 to stop the steal. But still, we still had that kind of upset stomach feeling about what could happen in the middle of the night, 3 a.m. And, of course, all the machines that we're seeing, they change votes. It always happens one way. It only changes the vote from Trump to Kamala. It never changes from Kamala to Trump, right? It always seems to go one way.
Yeah, look, and same thing with the stack of ballots, right? That some firm was obviously filling out in terms of voter registration, and we caught that too. So, look, again, best thing to do is not play defense after the election, play offense before the election, and turn out to vote. And look, you're right. She's a lightweight. She's a lightweight, not just as a candidate. She's a lightweight in terms of governing. And never in a million years could Kamala Harris handle Putin, Xi, Kim Jong-un, tax reform, right? Veterans reform and the VA Mission Act, the border. The same Mexican government that Biden and Harris have been dealing with put their own National Guard on their southern border under Donald Trump. All of these things he'll get done just like he did 4 years ago.
She can't even handle Joe Rogan. How's she going to handle Xi Jinping and all that people?
3 hours. So brutal, right?
Yeah, I know. Yeah. So, all right, closing it out here, I just wanted to get your take. She has to lie about Donald Trump. They have to cut and edit video clips of Trump to make him seem like he says things that he didn't. When Kamala, we could just play her clips and let her speak for herself. But she recently said that Donald Trump said we have to point the guns at Liz Cheney. When she took that completely out of context, when he was saying if the politicians had to go and fight on the front lines, there'd never be another boot on the ground ever again. And I believe that. Yeah. So what's your take on Kamala Harris cutting the editing and deliberately lying to the voters of this country?
Well, it's not just her editing Trump. Look what CBS did for her. That 60 Minutes interview that, is completely fraudulent. This is why people are running away from mainstream media. They're sick and tired of the lies. They're sick and tired of them being a mouthpiece for the other side. They're no longer interested in just objectively, as much as they can, reporting the facts, right? Everybody's got a little bias. That's baked in. But this is just so out of whack. And that's why people are coming to you and coming to Rogan and going, basically straight to the candidate with X and with Elon. And thank God for him. And opening up free speech and let the way you combat any kind of bad information is with the right information. It's a pretty fundamental concept. Last I checked in my civics class, right?
Yeah. Well, last thing here, I'm getting the signal here. Last thing, you're a Florida guy here. Kamala Harris says that Florida's in play, so she believes that's a chance. So what do you say to that?
I hope she's spending a lot of money down there. We had a 1 million vote swing from 2012 when Obama won to to 2022 when DeSantis won with 19 points, right? People are moving. They're voting with their feet. They're leaving these socialist state governments in Massachusetts and Illinois and New York. They're voting with their feet, coming to Florida. They're registering to vote down there. And when you want to talk about conservative governance in terms of education, in terms of housing, in terms of growth, look at Florida, right? We're a red state, but I hope she's wasting her money. Yeah, go ahead and start with that propaganda.
Me too. Well said. Great seeing you here, Congressman. Thanks for giving me a few minutes of your time. Always a pleasure. All right. Thank you, man.
You're listening to the Alec Lace Show. The future is family.